And again, there's so much happening in this book. Season 4 of Bridgerton is actually going to take me out, I think.
Books. And Regency smut is hot, and I like it.
And my body does not know the difference between fictional characters and actually being attacked. Undercover sleeper agent with how good it was. It takes place. Hello, good morning, and welcome to another video. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnails. We're doing it, friends. We are reading historical romances until Bridgerton comes back. And at the end of this, maybe we'll watch Bridgerton together, like we did in my last weekly vlog. I'm not gonna lie, I do in fact have to go to work, and I was like, oh, I should film this intro while I'm eating breakfast, but we are in like the very last stretch of winter. This is all the sunlight I have. It's actually pretty nice. I love the Bridgerton show. I haven't read the books. I love the show and I wanted to read more of the show, but I was scared of reading historical romances because I felt like they were going to be written in Old English, really hard to read. And while they certainly do have like very old language style patterns in some of them, for the most part it is just like reading any other contemporary romance. And so my fear of historical romances kind of diminished after I read 2 Beverly Jenkins books back to back last year, and I had been like craving more but wanting to save them for Bridgerton coming back, because I knew it was coming back in 2026. And I knew that they were going to do a stupid 2-part split, which, can I just say, if they had done that for Queen Charlotte or season 2, I think I would have gone absolutely feral. I think I would have gone completely mad. I would rather they do weekly episode release than this whole nonsense. What do you mean I have to wait an entire month between part 1 and part 2? And so in my last video, after we watched Bridgerton, I was obsessed. I wanted more. All of my friends suggested to not read the books because they are nothing like the show. And so I picked up Hanna and the Fox. I'm still waking up, I'm so sorry. This one has been on my shelf for a little bit. I thrifted it. It is a book of the month edition. This is the only book in that series that has a hardcover edition, which I'm kind of sad about because I really enjoyed this, and annotating it was so much fun. However, I loved this book. Like, I don't know if it's in any videos because I was in between filming videos when I read this one, so it might just be in my February wrap up. I think I have one clip somewhere. If I can find it, I'll put it in. Okay, don't mind all of this and all of this. I was cleaning, listening to Anna Maria and the Fox, and I'm obsessed. Actually, I am obsessed with the yearning and the historical romance and the risk and the stakes. And this is taking place in like not 19, 18 something. Hang on. I can get a precise date in one moment. 1863. So I think it's it's around the time of the Civil War in the U.S. It's around the time of the French occupation in Mexico. And again, there's so much happening in this book. A marriage proposal has just been like, not thrown out there, but thrown out there. Like, he's listing off all of the things he can do for her. He's like, we marry Miss Luna, I can protect you. I have connections that will ensure your sisters remain safe. As your husband, I can offer you a comfortable life filled with opportunities to work and reform. I would respect you even more than I do now. And she's like, well, what do you gain? And he's like, what do I gain? This is why historical romance is just always gonna hit. It's just always gonna hit. I'm also freezing, by the way. He says, Miss Luna, I would gain you the chance to welcome every sunrise by your side and say goodnight to every sunset. Just spending my life with you, orbiting around your smile and laugh would make me the richest of men. And she's like, but if we marry, like, that could overshadow your goals. And he's like, for so long, my whole life has been working towards meeting that goal, trying to honor my grandmother's legacy. Miss Luna, you are clever, brave, and charming, and I know that you will speak passionately and eloquently about all of the evils that I've been working against. He's very much grumpy, shrewd, he's brooding, he's very much like, I cannot believe I'm spilling my guts to this woman in front of other people. Like, her sisters are literally right there. Like, they're here, her sisters are right here. And he's like, I can't believe I just said all of that out loud. Like, this is the warm and fuzzies that I'm talking about. Like, this is what I mean. I'm okay. This is giving me very much I want to continue and read all of the sisters like love stories. This is giving me, I want to binge their romances. So I've loved everything about this book so far. This is why I haven't put it down yet. I'm annotating it, I'm highlighting, I'm underlining. The audiobook is also very nice to listen to when I'm like doing other things. This is like highly, highly recommended if you need a palate cleanser, if you just need a historical romance, if you're looking for like that Bridgerton obsessed feeling. The show. If you're looking for the show. Okay. Yeah. That's the state I was in. So we're going into this one. I have no tabs, I have no nothing but a pen and a good vibe. I will catch y'all on the flip. I have to go to work. I am actually running late and I still have my entire breakfast to eat. I need more books to do this. I did not read this at first. Like, I did not read this when I started the book, but I'm like, first off, it's very much giving Kate and Anthony. I need to go grab a highlighter. This is my copy, so I will be annotating it, bending her. I love her. His gaze dropped to her mouth. This attraction between us is a curse. Raya sucked in a breath, putting the words to the connection. Saying it aloud made the inexplicable pull between them terrifyingly real. I don't know what you're talking about. Liar. First off, I think Anthony is a flirt. She licked her lips. The very idea is repulsive. His pupils dilated as he watched the movement of her tongue. Nauseating. We should keep as far apart as possible. An ocean would not be far enough away, he growled, to relieve myself of the affliction of you. The yearning, guys, the yearning, the tension, the back and forth, the anticipation and build up. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. This is not giving the glitz and glam of balls. It is giving the behind the scenes of like, this is what it takes to run an estate. Okay, I finished this last night. I tried to do a little update summary thing, but I didn't think I was making any sense. And I don't script any of my videos. The only ones that are scripted are the sit-down ones. The vlogs are never scripted. It's currently 4 p.m. and I want to redo this middle bookshelf, but I also want to talk to you about this book and pick out our next one. I do have to leave at like 5:30. I was up far past my bedtime to finish this book, and I was like, okay, will I listen to the audiobook faster or will I read it faster with my eyes? And so I like turned on the audiobook and started reading, and I was like, oh, my eyes are faster. So I devoured the last 20 pages of this book, and I was like, that cannot be it. That cannot be it. It was it. So I think I explained a little bit about what this was. You're following Anthony. They call him Strickland because he's the Duke of Strickland. So Strickland and Raya Darshwin, they are butting heads over this castle. Raya wants to make money. She wants to make money, bring money into the castle. They're losing it rapidly. They don't have any money to do any repairs, to pay any staff. She's coming up with like different things that would bring people to the castle. Everyone wants to see the inside of it. Everyone's like, you have to travel here, and then you have to find a hotel to stay in, and you have to do all this other stuff. And Raya is like, dang, I didn't think about that. But it will help the local town, because like there's a castle and then there's a town. The inns would be full, the restaurants would be full. There's a railway that's being built. They want to build it around the land of Castle Tremaine, so like you do have a way to get people to get there. Everything's kind of fallen in place, and Anthony is just like, I could fight her on this, but it makes a lot of sense. We don't have any money, any income that's being generated, and like we need that to continue to go on into the next century. Their entire main plot is she's exploring the castle and she's talking to all of the servants and she's trying to get everybody on board, and they are fighting her and they're doing all of this pushback. Strickland's like, you have to listen to her. She owns the castle. You have to listen to her. You have to work for her. And she's making a lot of sense, because do y'all have any idea on how to bring money into the castle? No. Except for one of the maids who was giving private tours and getting tipped at the end, and she was like, you know what, you can keep your tip at the end, but there will be an entrance fee. That is their whole plot, back and forth. And then weaved within there is Raya and Strickland's hot and heavy attraction. Like, this is the raunchiest book I've read in a long time. Like, this is they have sex no less than 5 times in this book. They're not married. Even if they're not like having sex, even if it's not like one of those very spicy intimate scenes, they're kissing, they're making out, they're flirting, the banter is there. And I'm just like, oh my god, This man cannot keep his hands off of her. He's obsessed with her. There's also the plot of, was her cousin pushed or did she fall? Editing Hannah here, I realized that I didn't actually like explain that plot line of how they are, why, and how they got to fighting over the castle. Raya's cousin Dina was Strickland's stepmother. When she passed away, Strickland thought that he was going to get the castle back. Dina gave it to Raya. So Raya has inherited the castle. The castle has no money. She's trying to figure out a way to bring in money, generate some type of income for them, and people keep warning her that Strickland could have been the cause of Dina's death, but he's very adamant that he did not kill her. He just wanted to know what was going on with like some of his things going missing. Dina is investigating that plot. Like Dina was the one that was like trying to figure out where all of the missing artifacts were going, and like was her death an accident or like was she murdered. That's that plot. Totally forgot about that, and I'm just now editing this and I'm like, oh, I did not tell you about the whole first part of how they got this castle. Dina. She was pushed, but who did it? I was like, okay, it's 3 people. It's between 3 people of who could have done it. Again, she dragged that plot line. I thought we dropped that, but she dragged that out to the very end. I'm talking 360 pages out of 370. She like pulled that throughout the entire story. I feel like historical romances have like 10 different plots happening at once, but they all connect and weave together beautifully. Had things like her wedding robe and Strickland learning bits of Arabic and her aunt like having broken English and learning how to communicate and not have Raya as a translator. But she's like, I'm not speaking in English, I'm speaking in Arabic because Raya can understand me and that's all I need. So like I would say she's a very comedic but very real true character. And also like Raya's talking about her favorite dish and Strickland's like, all right, tell me how to make it. Goes to talk to her aunt is like, here are all of the ingredients, and he's like, go get it, we're not half-assing this, we're gonna make her favorite dish from scratch the way it's supposed to be made. The cook tries to do it, can't do it, so her aunt's like, give me the fucking spoon, and she makes it and she's like, it's one thing to have someone cook your favorite meal. It is another thing to have someone cook your favorite meal and the ingredients are really hard to find, they're really rare, but they are like, we are doing this authentically and we are doing this right now. I've been talking for a hot second now, and I do want to redo this shelf with you guys. This shelf up here was my black romance shelf, but other books have been thrown up there. There's so many books up there that I'm like, I don't think you belong up here. It is Tuesday. Happy New Book Tuesday. It's actually like 12:30. I'm getting ready to go to work. And I didn't pick up another book until late yesterday, and then I started editing this vlog. And I feel like I talk about the first book so intensely, and then I don't talk about the other books that intensely because I'm like, that is like 30 minutes of content. Yeah, I love Duke Gets Desperate. Like, that is, I'm still thinking about that. I'm still thinking about those scenes. I'm still thinking about those characters. I'm still thinking about that world. I'm thinking, do I start the sisters book? I was gonna go to borrow the sisters book, and I ended up borrowing the wrong book because I wasn't paying attention. I was getting ready to leave, which we did go roller skating yesterday. It was actually fun. I haven't been in so long. Like, kind of like getting on a bike again, where I was like, if I fall, I'm done. I didn't fall one time last night. Like, I didn't fall at all. No one ran me over. No one pushed me down. Like, I stumbled, but I didn't fall. So that made me feel a lot better. And because I was like getting ready to go, I totally checked out the wrong book from the library, and my hoopla holds do not re-up until March 1st. It is February 24th. 2 more sleeps until Bridgerton. So I got home not super late, actually. We got home at a decent time. I didn't go to bed until super late because I started editing this vlog and realized, oh, I've talked so much about Diana Quincy's book. I need to start something else. So I didn't start another one until probably like 10 or 11 at night. And I started Aphrodite Gets the Duke. I forgot that this book existed because I was supposed to do a book club read for it 2 or 3 years ago, and then life was unkind, and I completely forgot to read the book, completely forgot about the book. Then I was like, okay, well, I missed that, and then I just never thought about the book again until 3 days ago when one of my mutuals posted and said, hey, why isn't anyone talking about this series? And she's like, yeah, the first book wasn't great. Like, I didn't love the first book, but I absolutely adored the last 2 books. And you know what? That's okay. First books for me are what second books can be for other people. Okay, so I feel like I didn't tell you anything about Aphrodite Gets the Duke. So let me pull this up real quick. I started listening to the audiobook on my Kobo last night because I was like, oh, I have a lot of things to do, but I really want to listen to this book. My phone's dying. I don't know where my tablet is. My Kobo has Bluetooth, so let me go grab my Kobo, connect some headphones. It was a little janky because I hadn't used that feature in a while, and I was like, okay, you need to connect to a new pair of headphones. It's fine. And it says, second chances are even sweeter. Aphrodite Jubel always resented her name, while the members of the Ton and even the queen herself praised her warm brown skin, perfect curls, and exquisite features. Aphrodite can't help but think that living up to the literal goddess of beauty is asking a bit much. Her renowned loveliness certainly didn't stop the love of her life from jilting her and marrying another woman years ago. Yep, this is what happened last night. When Aphrodite's formidable mother summons her back to London to aid in her sister's debut, she has no choice but to acquiesce. But Aphrodite is determined to ignore the man, Evander Eagleman, the Duke of Everley, the man who devastated her all those years ago. And yet, why does her jilted heart still flutter at the sight of him? And then there's a little paragraph about him. Evander Eagleman lost his chance for true love, but now that he is an unattached widower, he is determined to win back Aphrodite's trust and her hand in marriage. But just as the couple starts to make strides to mend old wounds, Evander's true reasons for rejecting Aphrodite threatens their coveted future and even their lives. Their lives? Oh, Robin read this. I love Robin from Robin Sometimes Reads. Anyways, that was a rough read. I feel like I always have rough reads, and I always do them like when I first wake up and I haven't eaten anything. So, yes, I do remember the first part of that, which we haven't met Evander yet. We've heard him, but we haven't met him yet. And Aphrodite's mom is like, you're getting married this season because if you do not get married and your younger sister gets married before you, 1, you're gonna feel some type of way. 2, everybody else is gonna feel some type of way. And everyone talks about the Dubels. The dedication and the author's note to this was like, in my world, there are black people in here. Shut the fuck up. I love that, actually. She didn't say those exact words, but it's that tone. She's like, it's fiction, and I can do whatever I want. My sandbox, you came over here to play. Let's play and have fun. And so I'm like, if all of these children have books, I will be sat. If they don't, I'll cry. Mom is not to be fucked with. She's like, you're getting married, okay? You're getting married, and end of discussion. And the older brother got married, like, on a whim. Like, not really a whim. Like, he met a girl, and then they got married. And nobody knows who she is. And she does, like, talk about her name and her beauty. And her mom talks about, like, do you know what people say about our family? That we are, like, blessed in beauty and cursed in love. Basically, it's like the whole Anthony and Daphne of it all. Like, their matches really do, like, their matches influence the rest of the siblings' matches. And Aphrodite is like, well, I thought I had a love match, and then he stood me up. Like, I didn't take any callers. I didn't talk to anybody else. He straight up just didn't come. And then I found out he was getting married 3 days later. Don't know anything about Evander or what he's going through right now, but it could threaten their lives. So I'm gonna go to work and probably read this on my break and read it tonight as well. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. It is later. Hi, I'm back from my shift. I'm so tired, but it was a very slow, painless day. Not a lot happened, so I did get to listen to Aphrodite Gets the Duke all day, and I am unwell. I am so not normal about this. I am a level of, like, if there's not another book in the Dubelle series, I think I might scream from the rooftop. I think I might actually, like, JJ McAvoy, I'm coming for the laptop. I want to see the drafts. The drafts of book 4, I need to see them. I need to see them because there's no way, the siblings, they're so, the mom is so, like, I think, like, the mom, so, like, Lady Dubelle and Lady Bridgerton ride for their children having either love matches or, like, good strong matches, and oh my god, I love her. A prequel story between her and their dad, that would be great. I am busting out the Mighty Patches because I don't know if you guys can see it. The lighting's weird, but this little pimple has been here on my face for days. I've already washed my face. I got home from work. The first thing I did was wash my face, dry my face. I didn't take my makeup off my eyes. So I was like, that's not the problem area. I don't care. But I did just like wash and dry my face. And I was like, I'll take off my makeup later or maybe not at all. I don't care. You know, I'm gonna have to go big or go home. I calmed down a little bit. Just a little bit. I took a shower. I changed into PJs. I'm comfy. Anyways, my Kobo. We're gonna talk about Aphrodite Gets the Duke because I just finished part 1, you know? And because I was still listening to it when I came home and I was like, I'm obsessed, I'm thinking about it. Absolutely feral. Like, I love this book right now. Like, I was driving home in my car during a little snowstorm. I was gagged for the cutest family moments that we are getting. Like, I love Aphrodite and Evander's love story. I love their love story, but what I love more, what I absolutely live for, is that, like, ensemble cast. I love the meddling siblings. I loved the overbearing mother. I love the goofy, funny, silly dad. If there's one thing an author can do in any genre is to build out your main character's support system. Because whether they have a support system or they don't have a support system, those are very important, like, aspects to how characters move, think, and behave. Like, when you don't have a support system, you're gonna behave very differently from someone who does, you know? So when authors think about that, and you're incorporating the goofy, silly banter, you're incorporating the little brother character who is like, I'm fierce and protective, and like, he's acting like his dad and older brother, like, because he's like, that's how he thinks older people act. He's like imitating them, and it's given in these bite-sized cute pieces of their love story, like in between the drama and the angst and the will they won't they and the scandal. There's these lighthearted moments, and I think that is what I'm living for. That is what I'm like, I have to eat. I'm gonna go listen to this book. My phone's probably gonna die, so I'm gonna switch back to my Kobo. My kettle has finally stopped brewing, so I can talk. It's about to pop. We are fully in our, it's like nighttime cozy outfit, and I have this Bridgerton shirt on from Walmart. I don't really want to get up to show you. I will get up to show you, but it is like full on pajama. It says, pardon me while I spill the tea, with these like little sleep shorts. They have pockets. That's very important to me. But it's a very pink ensemble, and I thought it was very fitting for me to wear it tonight because I knew I was going to end up watching Bridgerton pretty late. So I'll come back and I'll report after each episode. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to go get my tea, my water, my dinner, because I also haven't eaten dinner. I fell asleep when I was supposed to eat, and watch Bridgerton. I'm so excited. I'm actually like, I'm so geeked. And relax, and we are going to watch episode 4, yes or no. Here I am. I also like the season of Bridgerton because you are seeing more of like of the staff and what they're doing and behind the scenes of like making the balls and things like that, because it is a Cinderella-esque story and Sophie is a maid, and so you get to see more of the maids and the cooks and their like whole cast situation. Like, we have unlocked a new set of castmates. So they're having a little like ball for the kids. Like, Hyacinth she is ready to go into high society. She's like, I want to get married. Like, every little girl is like, I want to get married, I want to get married. And so they like put together this little ball where they can like practice their lessons. And Gregory he's back from Eton, so he's there, and he looks at this girl and he's like, she is divine, she is so beautiful, let me go talk to her. And they're like, all right, the boys can approach to like ask for a dance, and he's like, I'm going. And Hyacinth is just looking around like, yeah. Like, I think Hyacinth really takes after Daphne in the like She wants to be perfect and she wants to get married and she wants to be on the market. I just had to put my hair up and I probably look a mess because I've just been laying here on the couch watching episode 5. It's episode 5, not 4. I need Anthony back. I need Anthony back. I need Kate and Anthony. I need the Viscount and the Viscountess back in this fucking house because, oh my god. Like, these siblings have lost, every single person in the Bridgerton household has lost their marbles. Violet, girl, I love that your garden is in full bloom. Benedict, chill the fuck out. Why would you be talking to your mama like that? And also, you just slept with the maid. Sophie girl, I know that you are the illegitimate daughter of a Duke Earl. Girl, that love confession though, that was a good one. That be my mistress bullshit. That love confession was good. Colin is married, Whistledown. I don't think Anthony knows that Colin is married, Whistledown, and he should care. He should care deeply that these two are married. Hyacinth is sneaking in and out of balls, and Gregory is like, I'm in love. And Eloise refuses to get married or like participate in society in any type of way, but if she does that, she will become a spinster, and spinsters are lonely. It's not like you can do whatever you want. I'm not shocked that there was sex on the screen. I am shocked that that was a goddamn marathon. That was like at least 3 minutes straight. It's in like, if there's one thing the Bridgertons love, it is in fact premarital sex. Also just hitting me that they did in fact have sex, and she's like, oh my god, this is exactly what happened to my mom. She's in this position that her mother was in, and because she's illegitimate, she's like, I don't want to do this to another child, and there's a good chance that like I probably did this to another child. Like, she's probably freaking out. Dick told Sophie that he's been with men, and I think she took it as well as she could take it for the 1800s. She's like, love is a thing that we feel. And Sophie just told Benedict that she's illegitimate, and that's why she has all of these like reservations. She's like, I'm in the exact same position that my mother was in. Stop. She just wants to be loved, and she wants to make sure that she's safe. Okay, maybe I didn't want Anthony back. Maybe I didn't want Anthony and Kate back. Because he said disown. He said disown. Truly, because I don't think anybody understands, like, dude, you cannot be with a maid. The ending of episode 6. Guys, this season actually, I'm unwell. I am not gonna cry, but I am actually unwell, and I need to contain myself. So I had to take several deep breaths and go grab my water bottle because I'm unwell. My body does not know the difference between a fictional character dying and actually being like attacked. This happened when I watched Grey's Anatomy too. Oh my gosh, when I watched Grey's Anatomy, anytime like a beloved character like died, I was inconsolable. And when I watched Orange is the New Black, I was like Grey's Anatomy hit me hard. Like, that one hit me like a truck. And then Orange is the New Black, I was like, I am unwell. I cannot deal with it. And then like How to Train Your Dragon, that one also hit me. I was like, season 4 of Bridgerton is actually going to take me out. I think it will, in fact, ruin my entire... I think this might be the last update. I've got like one more episode to watch. I've got 2 more hours of television that I need to consume, and I'm gonna go do that. Okay, so I'm with my mom, and we're running errands, but she's read the Bridgerton books, and I have not. So I wanted to get her opinion on the Bridgerton books and like historical romance as a whole. So you can just talk because I have this little guy, so I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked the Bridgerton book series as a whole, so much so that I read the prequels and the sequels and all the little families around them that they mentioned in the TV series was mentioned in the book series. So I read all of those books. And Regency smut is hot, and I like it. I do. I like it so much so I kept going and I read other books. You know, what's that one girl's name that I was looking for her books? Oh man,
Evie Dunmore?
Evie Dunmore. Hot smut.
Because I've not read the Bridgerton books, but I do agree that I did not know how hot like Regency romances got.
Yeah.
I was like clutching my pearl.
And I think for me, it's that, and I'm a 40-plus-year-old woman, okay? And I'm just gonna be honest. For me, it was the girls ain't supposed to know nothing, and the husbands is supposed to teach them, and then they just be nasty.
Oh my god. I do agree on that, because a lot of the books, like I just finished Aphrodite and the Duke, and there's a scene where like someone, they're getting hot and heavy in the bushes, and the male lead is like, dude, what are you doing? You can't watch them. She's like, I don't even know what I'm watching. Explain it. And he's like, your husband will explain it. If I don't know what's going on, how can I be in trouble? How can I know that there's something bad happening? That girl looks like she's in pain, but she's also laughing. So like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And so it's like that, and then they do get married, and she's like, well, now will you explain it to me?
Yeah, and it's because back in the day, the girls were raised, at least in the books that we're reading, the girls were raised to be prim and proper and not to know nothing until you got married, right? Which is why Daphne was all pissed at her mama in the TV series and the book. She was very upset with her mother because she believed that man couldn't have kids because she didn't know where kids came from.
Yeah.
It took someone else to tell her, like, that's not right. This is what's going on, right? And well, we all know how that ended. Hopefully y'all know. If you don't, go read the book.
I did get 2 of the Bridgerton books to read, but only because I care so deeply about the TV characters, and I think that's a mistake. That's why I'm not reading the Bridgerton books, because everyone said, if you want the feeling of the show, don't go read those books. If you want the feeling of the show, read all the books I've been reading for the past like two weeks.
Because I'm not with some of the changes they made in the TV show, because I did read the books.
I don't care about those changes because I didn't read the books.
But I'm also a book person.
Yeah.
You know, even if I find out like they're gonna make a book into a movie, something that I never read before, I'm like, oh, let me read the book first. Yeah, Regency Smut, read it.
Endorsement. Read the Regency Smut.
Read it. Make sure your AirPods is charged up. If I am there by myself, I'll just listen. And then one day, Jashawn was like, mother. And I was like, I know you ain't talking with what you be listening to.
Because my brother also reads romance books. No one believes me that he reads romance books, and he reads dark romance. Like,
yes.
I read a little bit of dark romance. That boy has like, he's a grown man.
He be trying to recommend that stuff to me. And he be like, it's just a little murderous.
Just a little.
I was like, in the bedroom?
Shonda Rhimes sandbox. So in her sandbox,
I left her sandbox a long time ago when she made Maggie and Jackson get together on Grey's Anatomy.
That is so long ago.
That was so long ago, because I'm gonna tell you right here, everybody did not need to be together. Over whatever. I thought I would go back to watching Grey's Anatomy, but I didn't. I never.
I'm going back.
I never went
back.
I'm going back. And then she started doing Bridgerton.
I just need enough time. We're in Shonda Rhimes' sandbox, and I want to play in this sandbox.
That's what she said.
Goodbye. Okay, I think I fixed that. But where I leave you, Bridgerton, and talking to my mom about the Bridgerton books and historical romances, because she, like, there was a year where she read, like, almost 100 books, and I'm pretty sure 50 of them were historical romances, because, in her words, they're hot, they're steamy, they're smutty, but what makes it so steamy is the communication, and how, like, the women don't know anything, and historical romances always get, like, the rep of being little lady grandma books. So let's discuss Aphrodite Gets the Duke while we're on the subject. Part 1 and part 2, I don't want to say that they're like they're 2 different books, because when people say that, it's usually like a negative critique. I would say that this is a very positive critique of they are like 2 separate books. where the first half is Evander trying to court Aphrodite, trying to explain where he's been for the past 4 years and why he stood her up, why he married somebody else, why he left society, and now he's back and he is a widower, but he doesn't seem sad about that. And so everyone's like, it's kind of sus, like you don't seem sad about being a widower, what's going on? They do like talk about it and explain what's going on and explain what has happened for the past 4 years, trying to get married, and Aphrodite's father's like, no, you're not taking my daughter into all that mess, that's not happening. And then you get to not book two, but part two, which I felt like she could have very easily ended book one on that cliffhanger of no, they're not getting married, and then released a second book, and I would have been absolutely sat and waiting, because book two is them starting their lives as the Duke and Duchess of Everly. There is like a lot of drama and action in the second half, especially because Evander has like a crazy older brother and an evil stepmom, and they do in fact start wreaking havoc on people's lives. Trigger warning for attempted suicide from a side character that we meet. I grow very fond of her. I'm sad that like we don't see her anymore. Like it's for like she got away, so it's for the best, but I was like grew very attached to this character very, very quickly, and now like she's in a safe place in the story, we hope. I don't know, I haven't read book two. That was nowhere to be listed, and that was like a very high tension scene, and then a couple pages later there's like three more. So if you like the third, I will take anything but a third act breakup, like a third act kidnapping heist, like mob, I guess, anything over a third act breakup. But I will say that this was a lot. Like these characters are going through it, and my body does not know the difference between fictional characters and actually being attacked. Thus what you saw of me watching Bridgerton. So if you watch the second half of Bridgerton, all of that high angst and high drama and high action is in the second half of Aphrodite Gets the Duke. Very fast paced, very tension, very like we are bopping from scene to scene type of thing. And then I did start a book and I DNF'd it. It was another Diana Quincy where it was her night with the Duke. But that was book one in a series of hers, and so I think I might try book two, but I haven't decided, because they're all that type of risque, scandalous affair, and those do in fact freak me out just a little bit, because it feels like a thriller. It feels like, oh, we have to sneak around and like not get caught, and I'm like, it's it's like scary for like forbidden romance, when it's like we can't be together because of like class norms and societal norms and whatnot, but then you're like, there's another person in the mix, and that person will get hurt, and you don't want that person to get hurt. It's just a level of drama that I fear I cannot read. I haven't unlocked that yet. It is quite a few days later. Like I wanted to wrap this video up, but I simply cannot stop reading. This is my comfort genre at the moment, and I did talk about Aphrodite Gets the Duke and the other book I DNF'd. I immediately started Verity and the Forbidden Suitor after that. Didn't talk to the camera one time because I was hooked. I was like, this was probably one of the best sequels I have read in a long time. Like, this was undercover sleeper agent with how good it was. It takes place after part one of book one. Like, it starts after part one, or book one, part one. You're still in London with Verity and Dr. Darrington, who you've met a couple of times in the first book, and he doesn't seem like he's that big of a character, but when you think about the places in which he like shows up in book two, and him, like his and Verity's love story, it is a very forbidden, taboo love story of he's an illegitimate son of a marquess, but he's also like a very highly regarded doctor, and Verity is the daughter of a duke and the sister of like the current Duke of Everly, so she's expected to marry like equal status, like, and her and Theo develop this very cute like crush with each other. Like, they're very smitten with each other, and I was listening to the audiobook, and he just straight up says like, you are the most beautiful person I've ever met, like you take my breath away, I'm so in awe by you. Like, I come off as mean and brutish because I don't want to embarrass myself, so I just don't open my mouth because I will embarrass myself in front of you, and that is the last thing I want to do. I gasped, like Oh, he said that. He said that with his words. He is very upfront and frank about his parentage, about his job, about his complicated feelings towards his father and his mother. And, like, they just confide in each other because Verity suffers from nightmares and panic attacks from growing up in a very abusive household. And she's dealing with that and trying to come to terms with that and talk to Theo about it. She doesn't really want to talk to her god family about it, which are the Dubels, because she's like, they already know the horrors that my house was growing up. I don't need them to see like the effects it's having on me. The entire first part is them tiptoeing around each other and trying not to get caught and looking for ways to talk to each other that's still like respectable in the bounds of like high society, proper society. Second part, the third act, like high drama. I'm like guns were involved. I'm pretty sure there was also like she falls, she's trapped somewhere in the dark. Theo and Evander like get into it multiple times, like screaming matches over whether or not they can even be together. Like there's so much that is packed into that book. Like no notes, no note. There's nothing I would change about this book. If she announces a fourth Dubel book, I think I might scream. I think I might be like, these are all of my dreams come true. Thank you guys for hanging out. I had a blast reading all of these books. I don't know what to say other than read historical romance if you've never given it a shot, because I was pleasantly surprised. I was never bored. I was never thinking about DNFing, like, except for the one book that I DNF'd because it was like a little bit too forbidden for me. But the ones that I was like actively reading, I was like, oh, we're in it. I never once thought to put that book down, and I'm still so excited to read Isabel and the Rogue. I just do not have time to put it in this video. I don't even know where that book is. It's over with my work stuff because I took it with me to work today. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I hit that milestone as I was recording this. I think we're at 105 or something like that now. That's crazy. And I think about all of like the people here on YouTube and on TikTok that are like, yeah, we just want to hang out and talk about books, and it makes me so happy. But if I had to talk to a room of like essentially like 3,000, 4,000 people, like with those two platforms and Instagram, like 3,000 to 4,000 people, I think I would cry. I think I would like absolutely like bawl into tears because like it needs to be a back and forth. So leave a comment, leave a question. Have you read historical romances before? Do you want to read historical romances? Have you read any of the books that I talked about? That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is going to be a January, February wrap up, just because I didn't do a January wrap up and it's already like March 4th. Alright, until next time, happy reading.